Hi everyone! Today we're going to have some fun with cardstock, backing papers, 2 die sets. So the first die set I've pulled out is the Floral Finery Lacy Tips, and the second die set is the latest release from Sentimentally Yours, and this is the Charmed Rectangles 2 from the Charming collection. And we're going to make a fun shape card. I've got myself a piece of A4 white 300 GSM cardstock. And from this paper pad, which is called the Delicate Vintage, and I think this one came from the range, oh no, this one came from the Works. I've pulled out this really pretty fawn floral design, and on the back is stripes with some lilacs and fawn. So you're better off with a piece of designer paper that is double-sided, and try and choose one side that is more busy than the other. So the first thing I'm going to do is take my piece of double-sided patterned paper and my paper trimmer, and I'm going to cut this down. Just going to make sure that if it's directional, make sure that your directional pattern on the back is facing the right way. And I'm going to cut this down to 9.5 inches by 7. And we're going to keep these pieces of scrap. Just going to pop that to one side. Now you need to decide which side you would like for the majority of your card. So what I would do is I would turn the corner over and see how I feel either way. And I think I'm going to have this. So taking in my scoring board, I'm going to butt this up with the long side across the top, and I'm going to score this down at 2 3/8. I'm going to rotate this and score this side down at 2 3/8. I'm going to turn this over and give those a really nice fold and burnish. Making sure that it all lines up, and this is what we've ended up with. So I'm going to pop that to one side for now. Now with this piece, if we fold these together, choose whichever end you want to be the top or the bottom. So this is the top of my card, and with my ruler I'm going to measure down 2 inches, and I'm going to pop a little mark, and on the opposite side I'm going to put a little mark on that one as well. So I don't know if you can see right on the edges there, I've got a little mark. Now if I take in my paper trimmer again, I'm going to open this out, and with the score line on the cutting edge, I'm going to line up that mark, which is just there, and I'm going to take off this corner, and we need to keep these. With the other side, this time I'm going to line up the pencil mark and then line up the corner and take off that and keep that one. Now this is what we've ended up with. Now at this stage we can go ahead and pop these on with the straight line on the opposite direction to this one. We're going this way. We are going to glue that one down, and we can get these tiny little jobs done out the way. So a nice bit of glue on the back of there, and line that up and get that one perfect. And then with the second one, and we're going to line this one up right up to the edge. Like so. We're going to turn that over and give that a really nice press down from the back. So this now has given us an illusion of this area being open the same as this, but we know it's not. Now we're going to put this to one side because we're not going to need that now for a little while. If we take in our first die set, so basically what I've chosen is a die set that it's a layering die set. So this can be, it can just be straight edges, it can have wavy edges, it can be whatever you have in your stash. It's just that this is more of a lacy open edge. Now, whichever your biggest layering die is, will be the size of the back of your card, and this one is 5.5. So it's 5.5 in width by just over 8, this big one, because I knew that the back of my card would fit in there quite nicely. And with our piece of A4 white cardstock, I'm going to place this down, and I am going to tiny bit of tape on there to stop that from moving, and I am going to cut this down to about there. Now I am going to use my Big Shot fold away for this, because I found with these dies my embosser doesn't want to cut through. I'm just going to pop that there, and I'm also going to place shim over the top. I've got this piece of cardstock that I've got spare, so I'm going to pop that over the top. I want an extra shim. And then my top plates, and I'm just going to run this through my Big Shot fold away. I love this little machine. I don't use it as much as I should, because I just find it's easier to run things through my embosser. I am going back just to make sure that that's cut every area. Pop that one over there out the way, and we'll have a look and see how this is cut. There we go. So it's actually cut the outer edge quite nicely. You can see that it's not completely cut through just there. So I'm going to fold over the top edge of that, pop that on there, and I'm going to run this back through again. Take your time to make sure things are cut out perfectly. So let's have a quick look at this now and see where we are. Yeah, perfect. So I can see now that that's actually cut out perfect. Pop my plates to one side, and if we poke out a couple of these, we should be able to release one corner. Get your pokey tool in there, and then the majority of those will stay in the die. So now we just need to run our pokey tool along and release those stubborn ones. And this is what is going to be the back of our card. Pull that in the bin. So if I take in my pattern piece that I cut the corners off, pop them on the bottom, this is going to sit directly over the front of this. You can see it's too long, and that's exactly what I want because I will cut this off nice and flush. Now I am going to glue this one down. I think I need to fill my glue up, so I'm going to take my Collal glue and I'm going to run this all over the back and pop some in the middle. And then with this, I'm just going to line this up at the top, right up to the top, nice and square, and let that one fall. Turn that one over, give that back of that one a nice press down. So can you see we've created a really pretty base from one piece of cardstock. Now this is too long, so I've got two choices. I can either use my paper trimmer, or I can go in with my scissors. Now I'm going to do it with the paper trimmer to start with. I'm just going to line that up and cut a nice, keep this bit and cut a nice straight edge across the bottom. And our card stands up like so. What we can do now is within this set, so whatever, I will clean these off, poke all these out when I finished. Whatever layering set you choose, especially if it's got really nice, delicate, intricate patterns like this, you can now start to build this up. So I'm going to take this center one and I'm going to cut this one down. So I'm going to stick to the same cardstock. Now I most probably will cut this one a couple of times. Have that one just there on the edge. I am going to pop a shim over that. And then my plates over the top. And this should cut out quite easy. Pop that over, yeah, that's cut out beautifully. So we need to release this one. I'm just going to release all those pieces into my bin. Usually find you get a tiny little hole to release your dies. These are new dies, so they're not well worn. And we'll remove that one. Perfect. Two little pips there. And I do need to do this again. Pop that die over there. And then with these, what I thought I would do with this is, with my big scissors, I'm going to cut this all the way up the middle. And that will give me, not only will that give me a nice straight edge to work with, it will give me 4 edges. So again, right up the middle of that one, and we've now got 4 edges. Okay, so we've got our 4 little pieces, and what I'm going to do with this is pop some glue on my glass mat. I'm going to chop off the end of that one because I want it to start nice and neat. I'm just going to dip this in the glue, move those out the way, and this first one I'm going to line up all the way down the bottom of there, and then just very gently straighten that up. So that's a little bit of lace going down that side. I'm going to do exactly the same with the next one. It doesn't matter which ones you pick up. So just get that edge off of there, dip this in the glue, and line this one up. And get that one down there. Just get myself any bit of blue a minute. Give that a nice press down. And then again with this one, I'm just going to snip this off straight. So can you see already we've got some really pretty laciness going on there. So I now need to do these top 2. Again, and I'm going to have the straight edge at the top, and this one's going to go just up there. I work with my tissue paper quite a lot when I'm doing fiddly intricate things like this. And then we're just going to straighten that one up. And then the last one, again, just take off the end. And then we can snip the back of this one. And for this one, I thought I would use the Floral Finery Lacy tips. So this will be in keeping with the lacy effect that we've got going on. I think what I'll do with this is I'll use the backing of this spare piece. If I take my plates, I'm just going to lay that down. And like I say, if you've got a magnetic sheet on the back and you want to cut all the dies, just leave the magnetic sheet on. I'm going to pop that one down like so and see how we get on with that at the moment. See if it cuts through. Again, taking in my big shock fold away. These most probably would have cut perfectly on my... Oh, and they're all embedded within the piece of shim. Let's just take those off a minute. Actually, that was quite nice. They left all the tiny pips in. Right, that one can go back over there, and this one can go over here. So now it's all about just decorating. And what I thought I would like to do, if I take my foam mat for this, move the card out of the way. I'm all fingers and thumbs today. I'm just going to turn all these over on the wrong side. and they're all different shapes, as you will see. And I'm just gonna get a smallish ball tool and give these some shape. Turn that one over. So there's one. This one, there's two. There's the third one, so that's a double of that one. So that's one floral. I'll just get my bigger ball tool for this one. There is more than one way to shape your florals. You could, if I show you with this one, take your pokey tool or a bone folder, anything you want really. You can just roll these over very gently from the back, and then with your ball tool press them in the middle, so you get a slightly different look to that one, whereas this one's more straight. So I think we will do the same with this one. Just roll those over. So that's two florals. So we've got 4 in total. So these tiny ones, I think I might just do as singulars. So just roll those over, give that one a press down in the middle, and there's that one. And then if we just roll that one in the middle, turn that one over, there's this, I think I might pop that one in the middle, we'll see. With our first one, pop some glue on the back of there, offset that one, that's number 1. This is a slightly different shape, tiny bit of glue on the back of that one, and offset that one. Shall we have 3 doubles and 2 singles? I think that would work quite nicely. So this one offset is going to go just there, and then we can see what they look like. I'll pop the lid back on the glue. I do have the squares in the same set of dies, so these are the Charmed Collection Charmed squares too, whereas I've been using the rectangles. What I thought I would do is the smallest square and the inner slat one, and I need another tiny piece of scrap white cardstock, so always keeping to the same cardstock. I'm going to cut these 2 out. I've got myself in a right mess today, and I'll pop these on and just pop them through and see if they cut first time. I think it's because I'm using the Big Shot fold away, and normally when I'm cutting my dies I'm pushing everything to the side. Let's have a look and see if they've cut. Not too bad, the square's cut, so that's lovely. Pop that one back. This one I think I'm going to put through again with a shim. I really like how that left that. That's better. Right, we can pop them to one side. That's more waste. Let's get myself some space. This one we need to poke through, and that centre's come out lovely. How annoying. I'm sure I'll get over that. So again, a bit more glue down on my glass mat. And I'm just going to go around picking up some glue. And this one is going to sit just there. Get that one down. I know that I only need to put glue on this half. Just go up the middle and all around the edges. Put a piece of clean cardstock in there to stop me from getting glue on the back of my card. I'm going to line this up with the top and the bottom. Just double check there's no glue seeping out. And this is how it's looking at the moment. Now we can pop some of these florals on. So this first one is going to go on that point. Press down. And the next one is going to go slightly under. Give that one a press down. Third one I'm going to have going slightly under this way. I'll give that one a nice press down. And then we've got these two single ones, so we could have a single one up there and maybe a single one down there. So this single one I'm just going to pop there, and then this single one's going to go at the top. In this space there. How pretty is that looking? We've got a tiny bit of room there that we could put something, but I do have this circular. This is definitely all about the die cutting. I don't know if that one's cut out, but we'll have a look. Oh, yeah. Perfect. So we need to get rid of all those. Beautiful. Put my die straight back. And this one, I'm just going to pop in that space there. So again, tiny bit of glue. I'm just going to go around the edges, a little bit in the middle, and this one, that space. So can you see where we're going with all this lovely laciness? I'm really quite chuffed with how that's coming along. We will need to put some pearls in our florals and maybe one in the center of there. But now I want to concentrate on what I'm going to do on the middle. I'd already cut this to do, this is the squares. And I'd already cut these for a different project. That one's much too big. That one would fit in there beautifully, and that one would fit on the top. So to avoid wasting this, I think we're going to use these. This is the one I'm going to stamp my sentiment on, and the sentiment that I'm going to use so this one will go. We could just have happy birthday, actually. We don't have to have the 2U on the end. Take the appropriate stamping block. Get that nicely lined up on my glass mat. Pick that one up. And we know we don't want the 2U on the end. I'm going to mask that off just there. So that's just going to say happy birthday. Perfect colour. So this is the Prism World of Colour, and this one's called Greige, and it's a dye-based ink. I'm going to ink up this stamp. Now if I get this wrong, I've ruined my pretty piece. Always remember to take off your piece of sticky mask and get this as central as possible. Or should we, no, we're going to, oh, decisions. I think I'm going to have this at the top, and then it'll give us a tiny bit of room to write. I'm just going to pop that one down there. Happy birthday. That looks lovely. Give that stamp a clean off. Pop that one back. And then this one is going to go on there. And I think I put this one up with foam tape. So just a few lines of foam tape on the back. Give those a nice burnish. Take the back ends off. And then line this one up like so. And this one I'm going to place in the middle, and this one's going to be glued down. Now I'm avoiding the lacy edges, but I'm getting the glue up to the edge as much as I can. And I'm just going to place this one down. Same amount of border, top, bottom. Try and get that nice and straight. Turn that over, give that a nice press down. Okay, we're going to pop some pearls in the center of our florals. I'm going to go with this is white, This is cream, so I'm going to go with the creamy colour. I'm going to pop one in each floral. I did want to put one just in the centre there. I could just keep going and going and going, because I absolutely love fiddling and playing around. But I think I'm going to leave this exactly as is. It was more about the making of the base of the card that I wanted to show you. So just by using one square piece or rectangle piece, regardless of whether it's got any frilly edges, you know, you don't need to have these frills hanging over if you don't want to. Looking at that, I am going to just chop away that tiny spiky bit there and there. How pretty is that? Well, I hope you enjoyed my little video. I hope you've learned something. I'd love it if I could see what you come up with when you follow in my tutorials. But hey, until the next time, thank you for watching. Bye for now.